Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Stotts and I'm the Emperor of Stomaria. Today I want to give a progress report for Southwood, a Stomarian province. Now, when I say Southwood, I'm actually going to be mainly focused on Wayward South this afternoon, because with regards to Wayward South, which is just up there, not a lot has happened in terms of any works being undertaken over the last month or so. It's mainly been about trying to clear the land from all of the debris and the rubbish that was here beforehand. But as I say, even though that a lot of the works has been focused on Southwood in terms of site clearance, today and in particular this month is going to be focused on clearing out all of this back here. Now, for those who have been following us, they'll remember there was a duck pen here, and I have already taken the liberty of taking down that duck pen, which was a lot more challenging than you might think. And I am in the process of pulling up all of the wire that was underneath the duck pen, but sadly it does mean having to remove all of the soil first to pull up the wire, and then we can get rid of that and take that to the scrapyard or whatever else. Now, in terms of what we're going to be doing going forward, a lot of this here is going to be cleared, and we're going to use what we take out as dead hedging around the perimeter of the actual property. But that is going to require some works to actually make that happen. Now, Raoul of Wayward, he was intending this week to really hit this hard, but sadly he did end up injuring himself very severely, and I'm talking, bruised spine, bruised rib cage, broken wrist, all that jazz. I'm sure he'll talk about that at some point, or perhaps not, but in any case he has injured himself quite severely, so he is actually here on the land today, but he is recovering in his van at the moment, understandably. And we do have, I'm told, some Waywoodians coming down potentially this afternoon, but if you can't already tell, the weather is pretty atrocious at the moment. So whether or not any show is yet to be seen, but the idea is over the next 2 or 3 weeks to get a bit of a Waywoodian workforce here to help clear out this land. I've come down today to offer my services as well as to check on Raoul himself. So I am in the process of continuing to clear out this part of the land, because Wayward South isn't actually anything to do with Stomaria itself, in the sense that it's not a Stomarian province. It's a province of the Empire, but it is Waywoodian. This is land that the Waywoodian community actually use, and I'm just helping them to prepare it for some festive events in the coming months. So, as I say, clearing this out and pushing all of this back closer to the boundaries, which does go quite a long way back down there. Can't even really see it from here, but all the way back down there, there is the roadside. Don't know if there's a passing car, you might be able to see it. No. Oh, yeah, there we go. Super. So you can see how far back it actually goes. So all of this land isn't actually utilised particularly well by us. It's mainly used for like woodland walks and the like, and a large part of that is going to remain the case. But we do need to push back a little bit further in order to utilise more of this space, because of some plans which will be discussed at a later date. But at the moment, it is about site clearance. It's all about trying to clear the land, make it as minimalistic as possible, while making it as productive as possible at the same time. It's a fine balance that we try to find our way to actually achieving, and it's an ongoing battle. So, as I say, all of this in the next 2 or 3 weeks should be gone. All of this should be burnt, gotten rid of. All of that pile of wood should be burnt. All the plastics, all of the rubbish that was at the top there. Again, for those who have seen our previous videos, you'll see the massive ton bags of rubbish that needs to get taken away. But in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're quite determined to make sure that all of that does happen. And so this is just a very, very brief update, because as I say, I am getting soaking wet as I am recording this video, and I do have a lot of work still to do. Just as an aside, you can see some of the grass and the clover that was planted had virtually no expectations for this. It has, withstand the worst of the weather, I have to say. It may well die back as the winter months roll on, and then hopefully come back in spring and summer next year. But we are going to be planting a lot more clover and potentially grass seed. I think there was a mix that Raoul actually planted here on Wayward South. It is, as I say, mainly clover and grass, whereas Southwood at the top there is just micro clover. So whether or not they just use micro clover down here or use again another mixture of grass seed and clover remains to be seen. I know Raoul would prefer the clover, but we'll see what happens. I might put some grass further up top as well, just to give a good mix of greenery and make sure there's a nice green carpet going forward as opposed to mud and slurry. And yeah, hopefully this time next year this land will be near enough complete. I did have a conversation with Raoul a few hours ago about potentially getting these pine trees taken down, potentially towards the end of this year, but more likely early next year, because in 2025 I want this land to be near enough finished, prepared, in a position where we can sort of cross it off our list, if you like, because myself and Raoul and other members of the community are looking to go on to do bigger and better things. And while we will be looking to retain these lands and utilising them, we don't want this to be our primary focus after 2025. We want to make sure that we can focus our full attention on the next provinces of the Empire, the next Waywoodian, Vestian, Stomarian provinces, and perhaps more besides, depending on if other communities get involved between now and then. But the idea is to be able to move on to another territory in order to develop it and focus our attention on it in 2026. So 2025 is the year that we're hopefully going to be finished for the most part here, and we'll have purchased, or we'll be in the process of purchasing, the next round of provinces, which we can then work on in 2026. That is the game plan at the moment. But as I say, I've got some more work to do at the moment, and I'm getting soaking wet just recording this video, so I will leave it there, and we will catch you in the next one.
If you want to learn more about Stomaria or play an active role in our development and expansion, visit our website at www.stomaria.com and find out what it means to be a Stomarian.